Hi, it's Joey Reynolds, and I suppose you woke up this morning and you wonder, what is the trouble with ashwagandha? When I saw that, I said, wow, ashwagandha, where is that? Is that in Africa? No, that's Rwanda. This is ashwagandha. As a matter of fact, it's not even a country. It's not a place. It's an herbal extract that is from India. And people are taking it because it gives them pleasure. It's not a high. It's a take away your fears, take away your anxieties, make you feel whole and wholesome, and gives you relaxation. It's something that's been around for centuries with India. The bad news is that people are having trouble with the ashwagandha. I'm having trouble with that language. But the ashwagandha gives you... I love saying that. How's your ashwagandha? Are we on the same page? Are we? My friend John Presnell, remember that name? He wrote a song called "The Same Page," and that's a whole nother story. But let's go back to ashwagandha. Ashwagandha is this herbal supplement that people are taking frivolously because they want to have a cure on the outside that goes on the inside that's going to make you feel wonderful. The thing you have to do on the inside is be spiritual. That means you sit there and shut up. They used to say that meditation is listening to God and praying is talking to God. That was, for atheists don't like that so much. But you know, the thing is that you are trying to find peace and happiness in a world that's troubled. Don't join the trouble. You know, my favorite amusement park now is Legoland. They're building that in the New York area. Kids are going to go and they're going to build everything with Legos. You know, that we ought to build a government with Lego. Have a Lego government, and we have an illegal government, illegal. Let's go back to ashwagandha. So people are taking this thing and they're getting sick from it, or they're not having the results they want to have, and they're not happy, and life is not going the way it's supposed to go. And the thing is not such a miracle. There's no miracle drugs. The miracle drug is serenity. And you get that when you don't drink. You get that when you don't have a cultural addiction, whatever that is. You know, you could be addiction, like I am, to clothing. Look at my clothing. You could tell I got a real addiction, don't I? My goodness. Did I say my goodness? I mean my badness, as Wolfman Jack says. Hey, Joey, how's your bad self? And I think the ashwagandha's got to go away. We have trouble with all these other drugs that make you high, one that makes you low, one that takes you across. There's a white, a red, a blue. That's very patriotic. So you got these drugs and clubs now. Ecstasy was the one years ago. I even got what did I get? A Grammy Award with Barry White back then for the album cover. But you know, what do we have now? There's another one that's begins with F. Doesn't everything. The thing that is now fentanyl. I don't know. See, I don't take anything. That's the problem. I don't take anybody's crap. And ashwagandha is somebody else's crap. I had an Indian help me years ago, and she wasn't even a real Indian. She was Austrian. That's Mother Teresa. She said, begin where you are. And I said, do you ever have bad moods? Or do you ever feel bad? She said, oh, yeah. You know, that's when I had the show years ago. And she said, yeah. I said, what do you do? How do you get out of a bad mood? She said, well, what I usually do is I get out of myself. I do something for someone else. And I repeat the action 10 times. So that's the Mother Teresa cure as far as serenity is concerned. A good strident woman who was not a model. She was not a beautiful woman model, you know, like Cindy Crawford, who's lived her life being beautiful and then now having a hard time saying, Jesus, it was tough being beautiful. Yeah, well, you should see how tough it is being ugly. Anyway, you know, who would know more about it than me? So there you go. There's my little report today. Stay away from ashwagandha. It's not a good... They don't even have an Airbnb. Go to your Google. Everybody Googles everything, you know. I want directions to ashwagandha. And see what Google tells you. People think Google is like Yoda, you know, that it has all the answers in life. And Google is just something that you programmed. Remember, it all came from you. And even as Shakespeare said, to thine own self be true. So it's all about you. Boy, doesn't that sound great in a self-centered world. It's a Reynolds rap from ashwagandha.